So you should definitely know that, wherever the sperm go. I'm gonna zoom in on the testes here, but before we do that, I want to pay attention to the layers of around the testes. It's called the scrotum. Okay, so picture's worth 1,000 words. So here are the layers. You have the skin, agree? And then you guys have something called dartos muscle.
Yeah.
That's what gives it the wrinkly look on the scrotum, okay? The dartos muscle is responsible for that wrinkly skin, okay, down here. Then we have this layer here, kind of whitish layer, and that's called
Fashion?
it's the cremaster fascia. Okay, cremaster muscle and fascia. Now, the cremaster muscle is actually smooth muscle. Okay, cremaster muscle is smooth muscle, and so smooth muscle is it voluntary or involuntary?
Involuntary.
Involuntary. And look at where it's at. It's wrapped around this whole thing, isn't it? Agree? So the testes as well as the spermatic cord. So what's going to happen when this smooth muscle contract?
The sperm is gonna come out.
No, try again.
It's smaller.
It goes.
Not that it gets smaller, but it goes up. It goes up.
It's cold.
Okay, so I haven't witnessed this because I'm not a guy, but if you guys go jump into a pool of cold water,
Yeah.
it goes up, right? It won't disappear because it goes, the cremaster muscle will contract and move them up. Why? Why do we do that?
It's so much cold.
Right, because sperms is best made slightly colder than body temperature. I say slightly, so maybe a couple of degrees cooler than body temperature, but not too cold. If it's too cold, then everything shuts down, right? So it's here outside the body because you want to be a little cooler than body temperature. But if it's too cold, then you're going to have to bring it up to be warmer to continue that sperm production machine. Okay, so that thanks to what muscle? The cremaster muscle. Okay, guys, and thank the cremaster muscle for that. Right. So then after the cremaster muscle, you have the internal spermatic fascia. So you have a lot of fascia. Fascia is just connective tissue. There's an external fascia and an internal fascia. And then the inside of that is where you have the testes. Okay, you have your testes and the epididymis hanging on to the testes, along with the spermatic cord. And remember, the spermatic cord has the ductus deferens for the sperm, along with arteries, veins, and nerves. Okay, so the whole shebang here is the spermatic cord. Notice when we come into the abdominal pelvic cavity, it's split. See?
Yeah.
So blood vessel goes one direction, that way. Vas deferens goes toward the bladder. Right? Goes toward the bladder. What they forgot to mention is permanent sterilization. What does that call for you guys?
There you go.
Vasectomy. Hey, vasectomy. Where is that going to happen?
At the vas deferens.
The spermatic cord, right? So about right here. Now they don't go for the whole spermatic cord because you don't want the whole entire thing. What do they go for? They go for this. That guy. Because they're only concerned about the sperms, agree?
Yeah.
So the doctor comes in right here, which is actually pretty easy to find because it's external, right? Pretty easy to find. And they're going to cut through all these layers that we just talked about. And they're going to find that ductus deferens or vas deferens. Another word is vas deferens. And they're going to tie it, clip it, and disconnect it so that the sperms cannot move anywhere beyond that point. Everything else is still intact, you know, the blood vessel and the nerve is still there, still fine and dandy. It's just the vas deferens that's gonna be severed and tied off. Okay. Now, what do you guys know about how many sperms you guys send out every time you ejaculate? A lot or a little? A lot. Like, how much is a lot?
Is it
Like millions. Not just millions, but like tens, hundreds of millions of sperm per ejaculation. That's a lot, agree? So do you think this little tube is pretty big compared to the sperms, or pretty small compared to the sperm? Pretty big. That's the only way you can accommodate millions of sperms in one shot, agree? All right, so tube is pretty big compared to the size of the sperms. And you're gonna cut it, tie it off. So what do you think? In the future, let's say you change your mind. Can you change your mind, guys?
Sure.
Yes. Because the sperms are so small, you just need a little bit of connection, and guess what? They'll come through. They'll come through, okay? So, we talk about this being easy to do, agree? Because it's external. And we talk about how it's reversible. So we call it permanent, yeah, you leave it alone, it's permanent. But if you change your mind, you can reverse, okay? Now, let's talk about the women equivalent. What's the women equivalent? Anyone know the women equivalent? Okay, first of all, what's the equivalent to the vas deferens in women? The fallopian tube, yes, let me find her. Here we go. So here is her equivalent. Here's her equivalent. Fallopian tube, yes? And so the procedure is called a tubal ligation. Okay. Tubal ligation. So, what do you think? Where along this tube are you gonna cut and tie off? Right, between the uterus and the ovary, agree? So let's say here, agree? And do we do on both sides?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the male, you gotta do on both sides. Now, so, okay, first of all, are we internal or external? Internal. So you think that's gonna be more risky? Yes. Now, let's talk about the size of the egg compared to the tube. Is there a lot of room? No. That's why there's only one egg per month, right? And so, yeah, it's pretty tight. And so, have you ever heard of anyone reversing a tubal ligation? No, because there's not much room. If you were to try to reverse it, will there be residual scar tissue?
Yes.
Would that make the tube even smaller?
Yes.
Would that mean that maybe the sperm could go through, but not the egg?
Right.
Yes.
So if the sperm can squeeze through, fertilize the egg, now what's going to happen?
Tubal pregnancy.
Exactly. You have a tubal pregnancy. That is, the fertilized egg cannot come through into the uterus. Is that good or bad?
Bad.
Good. Bad. The person's going to die because the tube is going to rupture, and that's going to be internal bleeding, and she would die if she didn't get it taken care of in the OR. Okay? All right, so, moral of the story. Who should get the permanent sterilization procedure?
The men.
The men. Very good. You guys hear that? It's not that you're outnumbered by women. And it's not because I'm a female. But it's logic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Totally logical. Men, your vasectomy is easy to do because it's external. It's cheaper because it's easy to do. Less risk. And to top it off, you should decide to marry a younger woman later on. We can reverse it. Not a problem. You guys understand? So, towards the women, man, it's harder, it's higher risk.
Might die.
And